ask everyone to please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Fuqua School of Business, Master of Management Studies, Duke Kunshan University, class of 2018. Please be seated. It is my great privilege to be the Dean of Duke University's Fuqua School of Business. And every day is a great day at Duke University and Duke Kunshan University. Today is a very, very special day as we celebrate the extraordinary accomplishments of this graduating class. I'm so happy that I can share this day with so many friends and family that are here with us, and with the staff and faculty who've joined us today to be a part of this momentous occasion. Having said that, the real guests of honor today are the graduates. This is your day, and we are here for one purpose, which is to celebrate your accomplishment. If you think about what got you here, you will recognize that the person you are today is very different than the person who began this program so very long ago, where it really was not that long ago, was it? But in that short period of time, of less than a year, you've dramatically changed who you are and who you can be. And it's with great pride that we see all of you before us today and think about the future that you have. Because this is not the end of something. Commencement means this is the beginning. And I look forward to the beginning that all of you will have in the next stage of your journeys. If I could, I would now like to welcome to the podium Xiaoling Chang, who is the Vice Chancellor of Government Relations for Duke Kunshan University. And Xiaoling, if you'll give me just a minute to introduce you. He is one of the world's leading experts in terms of structural engineering and has all kinds of incredible accomplishments, including having published over 240 papers. 10 of his scientific research achievements are recognized as world-class by the provincial authorities. He's received 10 national level and provincial level awards for technology advancement. He owns 4 national invention patents, 4 utility model patents, and 4 software copyrights. So this is someone who both is a thinker and a doer. So please join us at the podium.
Dear faculty, graduates, and parents, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Today is a very important day. According to Chinese tradition, May 18 is also a very good day. Today, 61 students from 2018 MMS program have graduated. On behalf of Chancellor Liu and the EVC Simon, myself and all of our faculty, students, and staff, I would like to extend the warmest congratulations to the class of 2018 here today. Our sincere welcome also goes to over 100 parents who came all the way to attend the graduation ceremony. I would also like to take this opportunity to pay my tribute to all faculty and staff who has contributed to life and study of our students in the past year. Meanwhile, thank you Fuqua, thank you Duke, and thank you Bill. No pain, no gain. The harvest comes from sowing fertile soil and plowing and weeding. Although Duke Kunshan University is a new established university, it has been continuous in search of excellence and leading the times. We are the creator of future leaders and we're the elites. We are the most outstanding joint venture university. It's proud to study and graduate in here, and each of you is very great. As far as I know, MS class of 2018 is a very great team with excellence. Here we have 61 students from 15 countries in total, including China, United States, Canada, India, Korea, Japan, Peru, and etc. All of you came all the way to Durham and to Kunshan with different language and cultural background. Here at DKU, a global family, an international academic community, we study together, live together, communicate with each other, and share love and care. While you achieve self-development, all of you have proactively been involved in the development of DKU. Share your experience with faculty and staff, contributing all your intelligence and effort. All these touching moments will be deep engraved in all DKU heart. Here, I would like to extend all my appreciation to each one of you and your parents. It's a DKU tradition that the Office of Development and Alumni Relations designate a tree in honor of a graduation class. This year, they will also designate a tree in honor to the MMS DKU class of 2018. DKU tree will grow on campus together with you, thriving in the world. Thank you.
I'd now like to ask Wilson Gwynn to join us at the podium to make the presentation of the Excellence in Teaching Award.
Very grateful to be part of a team of people. Coming here in retrospect was the best decision I've ever made in my life. However, if you knew me before this program, you probably would have wondered, why the hell is he doing a master's program? I wasn't always the greatest student, and my wonderful parents in the audience can actually, unfortunately, attest to that. But I saw hope and opportunity. I saw the team culture that permeates throughout students' lives all through the program. And I thought that it would allow me to really explore what I wanted to do in my life. But this is only possible when, not only when you have world-class individuals, but when you have faculty that really care about your well-being and they genuinely want you to personally develop. During my time in Durham, I quickly realized that they're not there just to teach you business fundamentals and strategy. They went way beyond that. Not only did they mold us into leaders of the future through the crucial knowledge that you need to land that first job, but they also brought their wisdom and experience. They're accomplished and well-seasoned careers in industry and academia. The Excellence in Teaching Award is awarded to one faculty member based on quality of teaching, coachability, and availability, continuous improvement, degree of challenge for students, and use of innovation in teaching the core course. Although there were many professors that fit this criteria, our class believed that there was one professor who went above and beyond to ensure that our classes, that we were engaged during each class. Each of this professor's class was like a piece of art. We would provide with the knowledge template and allow us to build on that through extensive discussion and experiential activities. If this art metaphor wasn't enough, I mean, one of our classes were literally an art class. And to the concerned parents out in the audience, to clarify, this was an innovation process class. So for his charisma and enthusiasm in teaching, as well as convincing us that a $2,500 desk is worth it, on behalf of our class, I'm honored to present the Excellence in Teaching Award to Professor Sharks.
Thank you, Wilson. As you can probably tell, I am not Sharik. But he said a couple of remarks on his behalf, and I just want to read them to you quickly. Dear students, thank you so much for this teaching award. I am humbled. It was a true pleasure and an honor to learn along with you all. I wish you the best for the next phase of your careers and beyond. Thank you.
So, in the spirit of giving and continuous improvement, I'd like to welcome to the stage those individuals whose work this year will help continue to grow. Please welcome my class gift committee members. So Scarlett should
On behalf of the class of 2018, we would like to present this check to Vice Chancellor Xiaolin Chang to show our support for Duke Kunshan University.
So this will provide funding for following MLS students and Duke University. This was a very great year. We raised in total 5,250 RMB with the participation rate of 95% from our class. Thank you, class of 2018.
Thank you very much for your love and contribution. I hope it will begin from here as the first time. So DKU need your strong support and commitment after you have achieved more great needs. Thank you.
So now, I'd like to introduce an amazing friend, our dear class president, and the student that was voted most likely to become the next dean of Fuqua. Let's hear it for Spencer Ivey.
Well. Hello, Master of Management Studies class of 2018. My name is Spencer Ivey, and I'm honored to be the class president for MMS DKU 2018. 大家好，我叫艾森，我是 MMS Kunshan University 的班长。Standing in front of you today, I'm reminded of a moment from the very beginning of this program, during our first business communication class, back at the Fuqua School of Business. Each of us was required to give a speech, introducing ourselves to a brand new group of world-class peers. And as I'm sure many of you remember, it was not only natural to be nervous, but expected that we would falter. But now, 10 months later, I'm confident that each and every one of you can stand in front of any audience, give an excellent presentation, and even make eye contact with most of the room. Within the past few weeks, I've seen you give presentations to actual clients, providing excellent business advice about real-world problems. Some of my lucky classmates even had the chance to present about cutting-edge technologies that I'm still not sure that many of us, or even the client, really understand. Of course, it was not easy to achieve such great results, as our learning experiences were filled with challenges, setbacks, and seemingly impossible tasks. But watching how our classmates overcame such obstacles has been one of the most rewarding experiences so far. For some of us, it took many days filled with study. For others, it was a daily night job. But as business students, I think it is safe to say that most importantly, it took that free cup of coffee before class every morning. While pressure shaped us into the students that we are today, our program truly has been defined by how close we have all become, and the numerous bonding experiences that we've had throughout the year. As a class, we climbed a 15-foot wall, surfed the beaches of North Carolina, picked tea from the top of a mountain in Suzhou, and even got to witness a historic solar eclipse. We were also lucky enough to learn some fun, real-life networking skills along the way, like when we had the chance to go golfing right here in Kunshan. And in that case, one of us even learned how to break a golf club in half. And of course, what business program would be complete without the chance to learn about one of the most important skills required for business, an appreciation of fine wine. As a professional bartender, I think I speak for all of us when I say that we enjoyed the many wine tastings, wine socials with professors, and perhaps most importantly, the cheese pairings throughout the year. But all joking aside, it really has been a year filled with new experiences. Experience defined by the peers, classmates, and lifelong friends sitting next to you now. As I look around, I see a room filled with intelligent business leaders, capable of solving the problems of today and adapting to the problems of tomorrow. While it may feel like this program began yesterday, I know that in such a short amount of time, each of you has gained the necessary skills to look your future career in the eye and say, I am the right person for this job. Thank you, class of 2018.
Thank you, Spencer. So maybe you are the right person for this job. Thank you for those great remarks. It's really wonderful to hear about the year that you've had together. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker. And so I'm very, very, very pleased and feel that we're all very privileged to have Tom Zhu, General Manager of Tesla in China, with us today to give us his thoughts. When we select a graduation speaker, it's a very, very high bar that you have to get over to earn the honor of speaking to such distinguished graduates. The first thing we look for is that we want someone who has accomplished something of real significance. Because as you sit in those seats, you want to look at someone and say, I'd like to do that someday. That's something that I could aspire to. And if you look at what Tom has done, it's amazing. I'm not going to go into his career journey because I think he'll talk about that a little bit. But the fact that he is heading up Tesla's efforts in China, which is really the most important thing for Tesla's future, is to be successful in China, which makes him at least the second most important person in a company, which is one of the most important companies in the world, is a remarkable accomplishment for someone who is so very young. We also like someone to be someone who takes their experiences and turns that into wisdom and insight. And in particular, we're looking for someone who's a role model, not just in terms of what they've accomplished, but a role model in terms of how they've accomplished that. Have they led in the right way? Have they inspired people to do the right things? Have they brought people together to accomplish something great? And here's where Tom really shines, and I'm going to let his words speak for himself. But there was a quote that he had in an interview that we did with him on our website that was the following. Under the passion for and pressure of the mission, differences are no longer unresolvable problems. So that's a very simple thing to say, but a remarkable thing to say in a world where we're so divided, we're so polarized, and as a consequence, we find it so challenging to bring people together with common purpose. And that's exactly what Tom has been able to do in the very short period of time since he graduated from Fuqua less than a decade ago. And that brings me to the last thing that we look for in a potential speaker, which is we generally find that it helps if that person has a fondness for Duke University. And luckily for us, Tom has that fondness. He was fond enough of us to choose to attend Duke to receive his MBA. He's fond of us enough such that he serves on our East Asia Regional Advisory Board, and that also helps me in terms of being the beneficiary of his wisdom on a regular basis as we convene twice a year to figure out how can Duke have more of a presence, do more, be more in this part of the world. And so I've constantly benefited from Tom's insights. And so without further ado, I'm going to turn the podium over to Tom Zhu.
Thank you. Good morning. You probably know a different Tom. Dear Dean Bowling, Vice Chancellor Chan, members of faculty, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, our graduates. I'm very honored to be here today to join this wonderful occasion. First of all, I want to congratulate every one of you for completing your journey. I know you must all be excited get your hands on the degree and just go out and work. I know from this day onwards, you will embark on a whole new journey with a whole new set of challenges, but the one that will surely focus. One day voting invited me to speak at the ceremony and share some of my thoughts and experience on my career development. I was quite nervous. I should take the communication class again. My past was not a conventional one. I dropped out of college once. I suspended my MBA for 2 years. And I switched a career among very different line of business. I wasn't sure how many of my experience would be relevant or applicable to others. However, upon reflecting on my past experience, I do want to take this opportunity to share some of my thoughts on setting goals, managing change, and making impact. First of all, start your journey with a clear sense of direction and purpose. Like many of you, when I joined the Fuqua MBA program, the plan was it would propel me onto a new career trajectory in the new industry. My choice back then was real estate finance. I was really obsessed with the idea to set up an online platform and offer really competitive rates to homeowners in China. I even worked in a startup company, initiated this idea in Beijing several months before I took off to Fuqua. However, that was the year 2008. I think you all know what happened to the real estate market in 2008. I remember the first real estate club meeting, we only ordered one pizza to feed all of us. There's only 3 of us there. So I was really anxious. And if that's not discouraging enough, I heard in my first week in Fuqua, more than 60% of MBA students would ended up choosing a completely different career from what they originally planned. I became very anxious and afraid I wouldn't have enough time to think things through and choose the right direction for myself. I have to say Fuqua offered me a lot of help and support at the time. As a very well-rounded school with faculty members specializing in different disciplines, plus alumni in many different industries, Fuqua gave me all the tools I need to become informed about the different career paths and make up my mind. With my increased engagement through those communication and dialogue, I gradually formed the first guiding principle for deciding on my choice of career. I must find a career development goal that can leverage off my strengths, or at least something emerging advantages. If you can find a career that can best showcase the things you're really good at, then you have already built a bridge between your personal interest and your long-term career commitments. When I was frustrated by the downturn in the real estate market, I actually asked myself, what are my core skills? In the end, I discovered that I'm most interested is innovation. My potential lies in being part of the process of innovation and using all my energy to make it a reality. When I joined this internet startup that only survived for a few months in the second year of college, I began to build my own skills purposefully. So, in 2008, I partnered up with one of my Fuqua classmates to create an engineering consulting firm that specializes in managing large projects for Chinese SOEs overseas. I was able to put together my accumulated entrepreneurial know-how and experience when we created this company and really to survive. Through this experience, I further honed my ability to lead a team to resolve a complex problem in innovative ways under uncertain conditions. I've been working in Libya and Sudan in those countries. Some of them have war about doing the project over there. That's a lot of uncertainties around. However, this experience helped me realize I can build up this skill as my core competency and become my competitive advantage. And those competitive advantage and competency is not industry specific. These strengths and capabilities are robust and transferable and can open up more doors and opportunities for future success. The second guiding principle is that your career goal must have a meaning and purpose in order for you to sustain a long-term motivation. When assessing your career goal, you must ask yourself questions may not seem to be immediately relevant, but may still operate in your subconscious and affect your actions and decisions, such as, where do I expect the world to go? What kind of agent or force will I be in and to the world? What changes will my effort bring about? New answers to these questions will help you to find the ultimate purpose and meaning of your job, and help you overcome the challenges, stresses, and temptations that you will encounter on the path to achieve your goal. The answer to those questions can also help you make independent, accurate judgment. That is, some to say, do the right thing. This is especially true at Tesla. Our vision is to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. This is a goal we have been working on for the past 15 years. Although this company could have been profit-making early on by selling very low volumes of high-end products and by mimicking the methods of traditional automakers doing. And we know that as an industry or a business that has been eliminated twice in the automotive history, we will only achieve our vision if we take control of our own destiny. This involves taking the most difficult path of doing everything by ourselves and being self-sufficient as possible. In the absence of profit, Tesla merged with SolarCity in 2016 to become the first vertical integrated new energy company, positioning itself not only as an automaker, but as a pioneer in disrupting the entire energy sector. Many of the decisions and working methods seem to deviate from a general perception of the capital market. And we all know what's going on, during the analyst call, Elon Musk actually turned his back to the analysts and talked to some of YouTube and telling them we're going to change the world and keep pushing the world towards a sustainable future. My buy-in to the company's vision helped me find the meaning and purpose of my job. It has become my source of energy and inspiration to overcome all the hurdles to create new ideas. When you make those decisions, especially the hard ones, in the face of complex situations, understanding the ultimate purpose of your goal can help you stay the course, be relatively decisive, and gain more courage and confidence. Second, initiate change, embrace change. I joined Tesla back in 2014. At that point, we had just entered China. Everything started from ground zero. As a company with no more than 8,000 people and 6,000 of them actually in the United States, the company just started its global initiative. Many things did not have easy or ready-made solutions. And we have to rely on our own exploration first. Taking some detours, encounters many setbacks along the way. However, as a dynamic and energetic startup, it appears to initiate a change and embrace change in culture and mindset to continually find solutions and steer ourselves in the right direction. In this company, the only thing never changes is that we change all the time. Change can bring energy, opportunity, innovation, and a different perspective. Change allows us to continually push boundaries, break rules, and make the impossible possible. We can all agree on the transformative power of change, but when is the right time to initiate change, and what kind of change can be accepted and can create more value? I would like to introduce the concept and philosophy of first principle, which is something I have learned and practiced after I joined Tesla. It is particularly useful when making difficult decisions and managing change. It's easy for anyone to get on the internet and find an explanation of this principle, but I want to say, to acquire this skill, you need to deliberately train yourself. Applying first principle will help us to make the best decision in the face of complexity and confusion. It is not based on the past experience or whether any particular experience is a success or failure. Instead, you ask the ultimate question that motivates and determines the outcome. Then you find a way to achieve the outcome. The story in Elon Musk's bio about how he calculated the cost of the battery is a classic example. Everyone told Elon that the battery cost is really hard to reduce. So he broke it down to the prices of raw materials, and find the sum of those raw materials price was far less than the market price for the battery. Which means, contrary to what everyone's counting, there must be a way to reduce the cost. Such examples are all around us. Lastly, please make an impact through influence. Life is 10% about what happened to you, and then 90% how you react to it. So you have 90% control over your life by influencing most of the people that matters in your life. An individual's contribution to our organization is not limited to his personal ability, but instead set by the boundaries of people and things that he or she influences. The art of influence involves simultaneous act of paying attention to people's needs, understanding the past and present, providing solutions, and creating a vision for future success. To influence others, one must have very positive energy. Try to look at the problem in a positive and optimistic manner. For example, the first reaction to a challenge is not exclude and avoid, and realize that difficult situations put in our way not to stop us, but to draw out our courage and our strength. When it is uncertain, we're not easily frustrated. Instead, you will realize that real voyage of discovery is not in seeing new lands, but in seeing the world with new eyes. This kind of a positive attitude will form a centripetal force because everyone will feel that you will always have a solution. Last but not least, never give up. One of my favorite quotes from Elon Musk is, if something is important enough, even if it might odds against you, you should still do it. In this age of instant gratification, there are many opportunities to reduce the cost of giving up. Now it is easy for people to seek escape in the face of the suffering and give up on their initial commitment. If it is an individual, the impact of this may not be great, but you are the future business leaders. The consequence of doing so may be catastrophic. Adherence and resilience are necessary conditions for success, but they alone are not sufficient. Inner strength and the willpower of this kind is the most valuable and affordable way to influence people. Please pay attention to it and build this will. I wish you all the best in your upcoming journey. Please take the opportunity presented, make an impact on everyone around you with a better world. There will be speed bumpers along the way, but please treat them as opportunity to reflect and reassess. Take nothing for granted and keep learning. At your age, you should make bold decisions, be innovative, and dare to challenge the status quo. If necessary, be disruptive and break the rules for the good deed. Like my marketing professor Gavin said in our last class, there is no comfort in the growth zone, and there is no growth in the comfort zone. Best of luck, class 2018. Let's go and get the work.
Tom, thank you so much for choosing to do something that's so important and doing it with such impact. In our world, the highest honor that we bestow on any leader is to call them a leader of consequence. And so, Tom, thank you for being the kind of leader of consequence the world so badly needs today. On behalf of the entire Duke Kunshan community, I'd like to present you with this gift. And now we're going to transition to the recognition of the graduates. And so if I could ask Ann Lee and Alan McClarnon to come to the podium.
you. Well, congratulations, class of 2018. You made it. It's really been a great honor and pleasure to working with you and really get to know you as a person throughout the year. Every individual you is great, it's wonderful, and it's a great pleasure to really have been a partner to the MS journey at the Fuqua and Duke Kunshan. But today, at this special occasion, we'd like to recognize and acknowledge a number of students who have stand out academically. So in each graduating class, we recognize the top 10% of each class for their academic achievement. They are designated as Fuqua scholars, and are actually noted in your program. I'm going to read out the names of the Fuqua scholars of this class alphabetically, and I will ask as I read that each person that is being named, please stand in his or her place. And I would also like to ask the audience to wait until I have read all the names before indicating support and a recognition. So, the Master of Management Studies, Duke Kunshan University, class of 2018, Fuqua scholars are Chen Fang, Chen Shi, Jinhang Lo, Yue, Xu Li, Zhao Xuqi,
Secondly, the students in the graduating class nominate and select a student for the Distinguished Service Award based on their contribution of service to the Fuqua and DKU community. This year's award recipient is Wilson Nguyen. Wilson, please stand. I'd like to say a few words about Wilson. He has been a dedicated member of this cohort since the day the program began in Durham 10 short months ago. Early on, he raised his hand to become part of the MMS Executive Board to serve his classmates and help shape the experience of the program. He organized many social events to encourage students to go outside their comfort zones and try new things. Thanks to Wilson, the DKU magic shovel from the class beach trip still lives on in my office in case any of you were curious. Wilson is compassionate and selfless in his pursuit of helping others, a key component of the paired principles of our Fuqua community. He is always quick to offer congratulations and encouragement, words of reassurance, or a sympathetic ear. I would venture to say it's unlikely to find a person in this class who has not been touched by his positivity and kind-heartedness. I am thankful for his leadership, dedication, and enthusiasm to create an MMS family that will continue to support one another as you all embark on your next adventures. Please join me once again in congratulating Wilson on this honor.
Now it's time to individually recognize each of our graduates. So today we want each of our graduates to be recognized and congratulated by Jim Building, DKU Vice Chancellor for Government Relations, Xiaolin Chang, and our commencement speaker, Tong Zhu. Would you please stand and step forward to congratulate these students? Ellie and I are gonna read the names of the students, followed by Bonnie Liu, Director of Pro Services, DKU, and Ji Lu, MS Program and Specialist. Cao Pengfei, Chen Fang, Zhi Jiayue, Wilson Wing, Spencer Thomas Ivy, Sarah Michelle Adams, Chen Shu, Chen Chen, Zhong Changlin,
马维娜，马一帆，Marguerite Van Weyman，June Hong Lo，Mo Xiaozhen。Rahul Nayak.
Fuqua Alabami Omichoju. 潘思雨、潘毅然、唐家晓、Alison M. Howell、吴越、Nicholas John Reitner。
Oh yeah!
Shada Safu， 施小静，朱浩，随玉，西洋拿收塔。 王宪，王蓉，王延之，王玉翰。 向静玲，谢金沙 ，Christina 斯银蟹，徐敏，严润文。 杨雪萌，圆梦，张贤，张雨晨，张志豪。 赵诗琪，赵天伟，赵文婷，郑南晕，
Okay, now that all the students are seated, could I ask them to please rise? Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the graduates of the class of 2018, Fuqua School of Business, Master of Management Studies, Duke Kunshan University. I could ask you to please stay standing just for a few minutes. I'm going to speak to you directly before I turn things over to the Vice Chancellor. Before I speak to you, I would like to thank the friends and family who joined us today We're so very grateful that you could celebrate this great occasion with us, and I look forward to continuing the celebration after the ceremony. I'm also very grateful to the faculty and staff that helped you on this journey. But most of all, I want to thank you for what you've done in terms of what you put into this program. It's, as I said before, as you think about who you are today, it's very, very different than who you were when you began this program 10 short months ago. And what you've done for us is the most important thing you could possibly do, which is you leave Duke Kunshan University, Duke University, and the MMS program in better shape than when you arrived. We can't thank you enough for investing fully and committing to your experience. Because of you, the students that will follow will have an experience that's even better. Having said that, if you ask me who are the best MMS TKU students I've ever seen, it has to be this class hands down. So thank you for that. Having said that, you should hope that next year I say the same thing for that class. Because that means we're getting better and better and that your investment has paid off. But next year will be very different. You provide the life and the activity on this campus right now. Next year we'll launch the undergraduate program, and this will be a very different place. It will be a more exciting, more vibrant place, if that's possible, given all that you've brought. But there'll be more people here, certainly. I don't know if they can reach your standard of vibrancy. But thank you again for everything you've done to make us better. Having thanked you, I'd also like to make some requests of you. And I'm not going to ask you for money. That will happen many, many times in the future. And Spencer, if you really want to be dean, so, the requests. Request number 1. This is your day. This is all about you and your astonishing and amazing accomplishment. But if you think about why you're standing here today, it's because there were many, many people who made this success possible. And my request is, do not forget to show appreciation to those people who made this great accomplishment possible. Thank them often, thank them profusely. Thank the people that are here with you today, and thank the people who could not be here with you today, because this was not something you did on your own, you did it as part of a team. So show that appreciation. The second thing I ask of you is to stay connected to us. And when I say us, you're a very interesting group because you have connections that span the world. You're connected to Duke University in Durham. You're connected to Duke Kunshan University right here. You are part of multiple worlds. Make sure you keep those connections alive, because the way that we get better is if we have people who give back in terms of their wisdom, their insights, and their opportunities to enhance the experience of future generations of students. So please stay connected to us, and you do have something very special, which is you're a part of many worlds as opposed to one world. And it's a lifetime membership. It doesn't end with your graduation, it commences with your shift into alumni status. Take advantage of that alumni status. The third request I make of you is one that you probably will say, of course we will do this, you don't have to tell us. And the request is, stay connected to each other. You're nodding your heads. You've spent time together, which has been completely transformational. You've changed your lives, and in the process, you've changed the lives of all those people around you. And of course, you've developed bonds that, again, should be bonds for a lifetime. And having said that, coming from so many different countries around the world, you will go off to different places in the world. And it will be easy to have life happen. You'll meet new people. You'll have new responsibilities, new challenges. life will happen. And if you're not careful, those very strong bonds that you have today will dissipate. It takes work to maintain relationships. What I ask of all of you is put in the work, because the returns to that work can last for a lifetime. The final request is, in some ways, the most simple. I have the most confidence that you'll fulfill this request, but it's also the most challenging request, which is we ask that each of you live up to the Fuqua name, the Duke name, the Duke Kunshan University name. We ask that you have lives full of success, but also significance. You may remember when I first spoke to you, I said what I really wish for all of you is happiness. Because what happiness means, in the true sense of the word, is making full use of your talents along the lines of excellence. And if you can make use of the incredible talents you have, you will lead lives of success, of significance, of happiness, and you will be consequential. Thank you very much.
The ceremony is going to end, and you are leaving the university soon. What a nostalgic departure. Tomorrow, some of you may go to McKinsey, Goldman Sachs, Monitor, Deloitte, Tesla, CICC, L'Oreal, and what. I would like to take this opportunity to send my wishes and expectations to all of our graduates. First, aim for high, pursue excellence. All of you should set a noble life goal. You should always bear in mind and practice the mission that is serve for truth and justice, serve for society and country, and achieve your value through the commitment to the human society. Don't let yourself down, and don't let your heart down. Everybody shares a responsibility for the fate of his country. 天下兴亡，匹夫有责. This is an old saying from Hu Yanwu, a famous Chinese philosopher and educator. He is also from China. Secondly, start from yourself. Start from the moment. Start from the little sense and be persistent. Lao Tzu once said, the master of age anticipates things that are difficult while they are easy, and does the things that would become great while they are small. 天下难事，必作一易；天下大事，必作一序。The journey of 1,000 miles commenced with a single step. 千里之行，始于足下。Aiming for the highest does not mean hiking your body to a star. Dream comes true through hard work. Start your journey step by step and accumulate particles of sand to form a column. Finally, keep learning and stay creative. Learning and innovation is a life attitude, which is the key prerequisite of growing up and the key character to achieve success. I hope every single student graduate from DKU can possess life learning and innovation spirit. So you are classmates, and will be classmates and friends forever. And you will always be one member of Fuqua and the DKU family. You already did it yesterday. Hope you can achieve more in the future. Wish you all fly higher, further, smarter, and better in your future life journey. Hope you can be the key contributor for world peace and development and be international elites through rooted global needs. Today, you are proud of the university. In the future, the university will be proud of you. DKU will continuous care and support for your development, and we are always your strong backup and your spiritual hope. Welcome back, and I hope you can visit here often. 欢迎常回家看看。Wish you all a promised future and flying high. 祝同学们前程似锦，鹏程万里。Again, I appreciate for all of your attendance. Thank you. Thank you. Now, I want to ask the friends and family to remain in your seats until our faculty and the students have recessed our the auditorium. Okay, following this, the ceremony, DKU host a reception. All the family, the guests, the friends are invited to join us in the ballroom at the second floor. Okay. Thank you for your joining us.